as Chris Murphy punishes people harshly for not paying rent. He was sued for foreclosure in 2007 and for failing to pay his rent in 2003. True.
Okay, we're live. What's up, everybody?
Joe Bro. Oh, all right.
Hello, hello.
I gave him a bath today. How was your bath?
Oh, little brownie. So cute. Hey, David. What's up, buddy?
Okay. Jim Kirsch. I'm sorry, John Kirsch. Thank you so much. Wayne Chapman. Biden is still a liar. Earlier this year, he claimed the NAACP endorsed him every time he ran for office. The NAACP responded by saying they're nonpartisan and never endorsed anyone
He's such an asshole for
any
saying
office. I remember reading that. Sandra, hi, Steph and Jimmy. Who are Sandra? Who makes the characters
James Evan.
Crazy impersonations? Donkey Hody. D-O-N-K-E. Donkey Hody. H-O-T-E-Y. So type in Don Quixote and you will see Don Quixote's wonderful caricatures. I love
I'm blocking you.
I love it.
Whoever you are.
Robin Murphy, I'm a conservative Christian libertarian that respects truth speakers. You're receiving my first ever super chat.
Hey. Evan,
Robin, we will keep speaking truth to power. Thank you for your generosity. We'll keep speaking truth to power. Thank you for your generosity. Jessica, blesses. I'm standing. Sorry to sit.
Steph looks great today. Might I just say?
Elected so they can go back to brunch. I hear you on that one, sister. J Jersey girl. Squid Squidly. AOC gonna be the next Pelosi corporatist.
She already is. She already is. She already is.
80. Be it marathon or drone, Rolling Stone loves putting glamour shots of bombers on its cover.
Rolling Stone endorsed Joe Biden and Jimmy Dore ripped it apart. As he should have.
Squid.
Fuck Rolling Stone.
I know I've sent a lot of these. Oh, that was
Jay.
my... Here we go. I got into my Kamala right there. All right. That was my homage to Kamala. I saw this great... Oh, my God. She is so annoying. All right, here we go. Peter... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't finish that. I know I've sent a lot of these, LOL, but I had to say, beware when the politicians become both sides conservative. They want war. They want a calm 1950s society during wartime. No protests. It's a sign. Woo! Peter, version 1, did you see Obama blaming votes for him not accomplishing anything? It was on Secular Talk. I watched that. So, Peter, he was on Pod Save America. Right? Another form of propaganda for the Obama regime. And he was down on the voters. That was, if you get a chance to watch Kyle's takedown on Obama shitting on voters again, because we want things. Kyle was amazing on that video. I thought, Peter, it's a great, you got, everybody, check it out, my ladies. My bitches, Jaybird, JB, so Joe runs, Joe wins. Joe then gives President of the United States to Kamala Harris, then can be president 3 terms in a row. What happened to defunding cops? Big baby, Biden being pushed left. LOL, sheep. LOL. Chris, do you know about the race for California 29th district between progressive Angelica Duenas versus corporate Dem Tony Cardenas? Thanks. Keep up the good work. Mark. Angelica Duenas.
Headache.
Let's talk about her.
I'm going to go take some Advil real quick. I'll be right back.
I would support her in the 29th district. Where is the 29th? I thought I looked that up earlier. The 29th. I think it's Southern California. Angelica Duenas. What area is that, Mark? Do you remember? Nay's Garden. Steph, I messaged you on Twitter. Nay, I got your message. I've been a little busy. I've been working on a couple projects lately. They're all good. I've been working on some projects that have been taking a lot of time, a lot of my time, a lot of my brain power.
Whatever. Not good.
I know. And I'm a girl and thinking's hard. Anyways.
Not good.
Give me, I can't commit to anything right now. So I love that Graham was on the show. I love Graham. I miss him a lot. And so much. Come and check it out in the garden. I want to check it out. Nay, let's talk. I'll text. I'll DM you again.
Okay.
That's what I mean by this one. I DM. I do.
I'm with you, girl. I'm with you.
Can you have Thomas Frank on? He's got a new book. Hey, you know we've had him on before, and I have his book. It's in the house, and I got the Audible. I have to start listening. I'm telling you, Kate, I've been doing projects, and these projects are almost wrapped up. And then I have 2 other ones. Can you have Thomas Frank on? I love Thomas Frank. I feel like I know him. I feel like I know Thomas Frank. I feel like I know Chris Hedges. And you know, I was watching, I love Katie Halper's show, and I was watching her show where she was talking with Chris Hedges, and she asks him, Chris, who are you voting for? Who are you going to plan to vote for? And he said, I have not voted for a Democrat since 2000. And it just gave me strength. You know, such a brilliant.
No, I don't message on Facebook, bro. You got to come to Twitter, bro, and message me. Seriously.
I love his brain. Chino Latino.
Nate's Garden on Twitter.
Chino. Congress withholds stimulus.
Only one channel, man.
His
it's
own
a lot
stimulus.
easier.
SMH. Come on, man. How about Jeffrey Toobin? Right? He did make that big splash on Zoom, right? James Cutworth. Love the reality you bring to politics, and have the emails between Hunter Biden and Epstein been released? I don't know. Have they?
Hunter Biden and Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm looking.
Is that a thing?
All right. Oh, I know what I want to do right now. Keep the shot here.
Keep the shot here.
What I want to do right now.
Keep the shot here.
What I need to do, exit, keep the shot there. Close. Close. Here we go. Open. Hold on.
Yeah, or just make a new Twitter account. You should have several. Make several.
Beside me. Boom, boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. I did Caballeros Roundtable. I think that's the name of the show. I did it a couple weeks ago. And Shane, the host, had
cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. Top of the hour.
You know, it was all about me. I didn't get a chance to talk to Madeline Hoffman, who was once upon a time running mate to Ralph Nader. And boy, I don't think anybody, wow, like you were Madeline Hoffman, the running mate with Nader, you know they must have these shared points of view that they were running together. And now I was so lucky and so fortunate to meet her. And it was so brief. But, you know, once again, I want to highlight this woman who is running in New Jersey for Congress against Cory Booker. Come on! Green Party. Madeline Hoffman is running in 2020 to put a stop to the endless wars, both at home and abroad, that are supported by both mainstream political parties. Come on! So let's keep her up there as I continue to read from the live stream right now. Okay, so back to me, and keep her on beside me. I love it. Congress will hold stimulus, be not Toobin. Oh, right, unveils stimulus. Come on, where are my people in New Jersey? Where are my people in New Jersey? Go out and vote for Madeline Hoffman for Senate. Let's stir the shit up. Come on, let's stir it up. Let's get a Green Party person in there. Come on. Madeline Hoffman, go to her website.
Wendy, I can teach you how to blow smoke rings here.
Hoffman for Senate, and read her platform. Read what she's for.
You're trying too hard, Wendy. Little tiny puffs of air will do it. Little tiny puffs.
But check out Madeline Hoffman.
You're pressing way too hard.
Congress was told
like you're blowing in a baby's ear. Just
thank you, James.
The smallest,
Zabby, I was listening
the
to
tiniest little puff.
Today. Why didn't they name that horse?
I pushed from my throat.
I've been listening to
like the C, like when you say the C
of music,
consonant
protest songs.
Cuh.
You know, I am so bummed, Zabby, that we're still
like make a C in your throat.
Ron would do the show with us. Ron's a musician, and he would play music. And I think if you check out Ron, he's doing a show.
Coriander.
Get your news on with Ron, because I think he has a show this Saturday, a live show at Clappers that you can watch Zoom. Sandra, Jimmy, please invite Chris Hedges and Dylan Radigan back to your show.
Hey, my next super chat's about to come up.
Oh, I was watching Chris today.
It's about her. I wonder if she's ever worn an Elvira costume for Halloween. It should become a thing.
And Zoom call. What? Graham, Jimmy's not going to do that. Graham, come on, Grammy. Shave your knuckles for justice. All right. Secretary of State Hunter Biden, he already has inroads to China and Ukraine, GDNPB. I like it. Please research Nord Stream 2 pipeline Baltic Sea, Dallas Taylor. Sounds like I have homework. Grim Beard, Trump Tulsi 2024, blow up the swamp. Ooh, I like it. Just in time, Rolling Stone, question mark, shameful. You got it. Fantomas, Fanto Candy Corn, just say no to this. Michael Castelli, thank you so much. AOC and Omar playing games on Twitch. Are you kidding me? I called Omar out for not calling out Pelosi. Minneapolis
video games on Twitch? Oh my God.
Nice work, Zav.
Congresswomen?
No Medicare for all and fracking is a major go. Biden always told us his policies. They ain't for us. You got it, Marvin. Jimmy, can you talk about Netflix Dirty Money episode Cartel Bank sometime? Obama admin let HSBC off the hook for laundering $800 million for drug cartels. Micah Burns. I think, Micah, I think maybe we haven't highlighted that specific event, but I think what we do frequently is highlight and examine the policies that Barack Obama put in place that Joe Biden likes to boast about that only hurt the people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in New Jersey, think about Madeline Hoffman. Edvin Bagari, what are you doing? Thank you, Edvin. You're so sweet. Jeffrey Jin, how's it going, Jeffy? Kate Savala, Kate, where have you been, doll? Michelle Greenstein, you're sweet to show up, Michelle. Michelle Greenstein again with a heart, you lovable lunk you. How do you deal with the information around China? So much motivation to deceive either pro or anti-China, depending on where the info comes
Nick
from.
Brown, what's up, buddy?
J. Kenny one. Yeah, it's interesting when we have Danny Haifong on. People are like so worried about China and disinformation, and my thought is, you're so worried about China. Why don't you go ahead and look through your home and your clothing and all the stuff in your house?
Very little effort when blowing smoke rings. Very little effort, just tiny little puffs.
All right. Nicest interview camera quality ever on the show. No kidding, Suavo.
Cannabis.
JD, any chance you'll be able to summon Herman Cain from the dead this week? Wondering what's the
afterlife? Herman Cain!
Danny is a little too much in the tank for China. Jimmy's BS radar goes off.
I'm not dead!
Too. Hey, JT, we reached 10,000 viewers. I didn't even see that today. Trumper here. Keep up the great work, guys. Love the truth. You speak, even though I don't agree with your politics. Peace and love.
They're down to 5,500 right now.
I bet we have more elements that we have in common. Let me get my clicker. I'll be right back.
Here, I'm going to do another super chat. It's my last one. Didn't go through.
Oh, no, go back. All right. Another piece of artwork made by Mike Timpson. Let's keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen,
Wall Street Lives Matter. I love it. Wall Street Lives Matter. It's so funny.
Okay, I think I got to everything. Let's see here.
Oh, she missed
Rolling Stone.
She missed mine.
I got one more did I read that one? That's Edvin, I read it. Michael, I read it. Oh, there we go. Joshua Comarty. Steph, Jimmy, check out socialism2020.org. You got it. You got it, muchacho. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it
today.
She's
not reading any more super
That is it. We're wrapping it up. It is 7 o'clock. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for a break. I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk. This is my spirit animal. She missed my
super chat about Elvira.
My spirit animal, ladies and gentlemen.
It may not have gone through.
Let's just go blue screen so they can see my spirit animal. Let's get rid of that. Thank you. What's your spirit animal?
Right on, Jenna.
Right? Come on. What's your spirit animal? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take off. Thank you. That was Kate Zavala. Thank you so much. Yes, you're right, CT. I'm going to go walk Brownie. You know it, bitches. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Brownie. Let's go ahead and walk the streets of Pasadena. Adios.
I'm so sad. They're going to end it. Yeah, they're ending it. That's it. Wow. I'm sad. She didn't read my super chat. Just skipped right over it. Error, try again. Huh. Chat disconnected. Huh, crazy. Whatever. Anyhow. So, you know, David Pakman sensationalizes his titles to his videos to try to get more people to come watch. So what he ends up doing is he ends up lying, literally, to his own audience. And I just, you know, this is a semi-long walk. It's 7 minutes in, you know. But I'm going to try to go through it as quick as I can. Maybe I'll speed it up 1 notch. And I'm going to just call this motherfucker out again because he's such an idiot. He's such an asshole. And people need to know that David Pakman is a douchebag. He's a douchey, cunt-stained douchebag.
So for some reason, the Trump campaign continues to think that it's a good idea to send people like Eric Trump and his wife Lara Trump out to do interviews despite being completely unprepared and unqualified to be doing them in favor of Donald Trump's re-election campaign. Last week we had this interview that Eric Trump did with ABC's Jonathan Karl. It went horribly wrong, and
it didn't go horribly wrong. I mean, David Pakman just doesn't like it. So when David Pakman doesn't like something, he says it went horribly wrong. He thinks that everybody else is going to have the same insight that he has into all of this. And no one has the insight that he has into it because his insight is so clouded by TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Literally. So watch this and remember he is sped up 1 notch. So he's not really as freaked out as he seems.
then this weekend we had an interview on CNN with Jake Tapper interviewing Eric Trump's wife Lara Trump. And if you're even at all human, you almost start to feel bad for her. You know, some of us do have this empathy response. But
not at all. You're not going to feel bad for Lara Trump at all. Trust me. She's being interviewed. Jake Tapper is being his regular self. She's answering the questions. Just doing an interview. You're not going to feel bad for her 1 bit. I promise you that. He's lying out of his fucking ass.
Because of how horribly wrong this went, we did learn.
Horribly wrong. Again, it went horribly wrong. This interview that you're about to watch, David Pakman says this interview goes horribly wrong.
Over the last 4 years, tens of millions of Americans have no empathy response. Some of us still do. Let's look at some clips of this.
Cheers.
Jake Tapper mentions
No
the town hall questioning related to when did Trump last test negative for coronavirus? Is it possible Trump knew at the first debate with Joe Biden that he had the virus? And Lara Trump just falls apart.
President Trump gave 4 different answers in about 60 seconds. 4 different answers on whether or not he had tested for coronavirus before the first debate. You were at the first debate. Yes or no, did President Trump test negative within 72 hours of that first debate, as was required by the debate rules?
I assume the answer is yes. I was not physically there with him, and I worked for the campaign, not in the White House. So
Okay.
I'm giving you my honest answer. I do not know, but I assume the answer is that he tested negative.
But you don't know for a
I don't see why
you don't know for a fact.
Why would the president knowingly test positive and go to a debate?
I didn't say he did. I'm just trying to. We've been trying to get a straight answer for weeks as to when he last tested negative, and we haven't got an answer.
He tested negative. I'm sure it is.
Okay, but you don't know. So here's the question. You're not giving a direct answer. You don't know. I'll take your word.
So,
did Lara Trump fall apart? If Lara Trump did not fall apart, press number 1. If Lara Trump did not fall apart when he asked her that question, press number 1. I want you to see David Pakman saying that she's going to fall apart.
Related to when did Trump last test negative for coronavirus? Is it possible Trump knew at the first debate with Joe Biden that he had the virus? And Lara Trump just falls apart.
President Trump gave 4 different.
And Lara Trump just falls apart. 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 And Lara Trump just falls apart.
Okay, let's see it. Let's watch Lara Trump fall apart.
4 different answers on whether or not he had tested for coronavirus before the first debate. You were at the first debate. Yes or no, did President Trump test negative within 72 hours of that first debate, as was required by the debate rules?
I assume the answer is yes. I was not physically there.
There. She was not physically there. She doesn't know. That's the answer. Now, douchebag Tapper, he's a douchebag about it. He can't just take her answer, and he has to try to fucking dick with her and everything. But she stays together really well. I'm not a fan of any Trumps, but this is not an interview and a depiction of a woman falling apart being questioned by somebody.
With him, and I work for the campaign, not in the White House. Okay. I'm giving you my honest answer. I do not know, but I assume the answer is that he tested negative.
But you don't know for a
I don't see why
you don't know for a fact.
Why would the president knowingly test positive and go to a debate?
I didn't say he did. I'm just trying to we've been trying to get a straight answer for weeks as to when he last tested negative, and we haven't gotten an answer.
Tested negative. I'm sure it is.
Okay, but you don't know. So here's the question. You're not giving a direct answer. You don't know.
She's pretty confident, actually.
So of course, at this
she had a nice little smile, a confident smile at the end. She did the exact opposite of falling apart. She retained, I should say, her composure throughout the entire exchange, and David Pakman is misrepresenting reality. And he's trying to put this fucking weird spin on it. Weird, huh?
Point, the most likely scenario is that Trump either simply had no test before the debate. Remember, they said on the honor system, oh, we're too late for the debate to test us, but we tested negative. They either didn't really test Trump, or they tested and he came up positive, and they covered it up so that Trump could participate. And Lara Trump asks, why would Trump do that? Like, why would Trump deceive anybody? The reasons range from relatively benign, like Trump just really wanted to go to the debate, to the sinister, like Trump wanted to try to infect Joe Biden. I'm not alleging either side, but I'm telling you there's a very broad range of why Trump would cover up or not be tested for coronavirus. The answers are all bad. None of them is good. This continues with Lara Trump. Lara Trump then asked about the chance of lock her up that are frequent at Donald Trump's rallies when Trump attacks Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer, the Democratic governor of Michigan, against whom a plot was uncovered to kidnap and possibly assassinate her. And Trump has actually been ginning up more ire against Gretchen Whitmer. Here is Lara Trump with complete and total whataboutism. Like, sometimes people threaten me too.
Director tweeted last night, I am the governor's deputy digital director. I see everything that is said about and to her online. Every single time the president does this at a rally, the violent rhetoric towards her immediately escalates on social media. It has to stop. It just has to. Don't you think that the president should tone it down when talking about people about whom there have been literally threats against their lives in this very, very heightened time?
Well, gosh, I would like to show people my social media and the threats against me, the threats against my children. When you have members of, the Democrats.
That's a total deflection. What she just did. She did whataboutism. She didn't answer the question at all. He said Trump is behaving badly. Should he change his behavior? She said you should hear people attack me. So she's deflecting there, right? How is the interview going horribly wrong? She's using a legitimate defense that people use in media and in debates. It's very common when your parents are confronting you about something, you'll deflect. You'll talk about something your sister did. Well, let me tell you what my sister did. I'll tell you if I don't get in trouble for this. It's deflection. It's not going horribly wrong. It's okay, she knows that Donald Trump is a douchebag and she doesn't speak for his behavior, and she's not going to try to fucking judge him on it. It's not going horribly wrong for Lara Trump so far, but let's keep watching.
Democrat Party coming out and telling people, get in their face, go harass them. I mean, this is not just on one
Joe Biden isn't saying things like, look, anything against you or your family or your children is horrible, detestable, and I condemn it right now. And if there were any Democratic politicians that were, throwing fuel on the fire, I would say, tone it down. Why aren't you toning it down? But I don't look at threats based on what party are the recipients. So my question is, shouldn't everybody just tone it down, including your father-in-law?
Well, look, he wasn't doing anything, I don't think, to provoke people to threaten this woman at all. He was having fun at a Trump rally, and quite frankly, there are bigger issues than this.
He was just having fun at a Trump rally, encouraging more disdain, which we know led to ire and threats of violence and a plot to kidnap a Democratic public official.
Yeah, but Donald Trump has been doing this since he's been elected, David. It's not surprising. It's not shocking. It's not anything that we're amazed to be hearing. And the fact that Donald Trump says those things doesn't mean that this interview is going horribly wrong. She is on CNN promoting Donald Trump for president 2020. And she's doing a pretty goddamn good job of it. She's making Jake Tapper look like he's trying to attack her and not really allowing her to speak and being rude to her. That's not a good look for the left. David Pakman won't tell you that, though. David Pakman has Trump derangement syndrome, and he can't see things like I can, obviously. I hope you guys agree. If you guys agree with me, press number 1.
Don't you get it, guys? Trump was having fun, and that's what matters. When I watched this the first time preparing it for you guys, I was reminded of something my mom used to say growing up. Whenever I would bug my little brother and just have fun at his expense, and I would say, oh, it's just fun, it's just funny. My mom would say, and I remember it like it was yesterday, well, it's because she said it a week ago when I was bugging him, but she said, if both people aren't having fun, it's not valid fun. And I think that would absolutely apply
I say
here.
something similar to that.
Lara Trump was asked to explain
goddamn campaign,
why
bro.
she appeared to publicly mock Biden for his stuttering problem that he has had for a very long time.
Stuttering. Okay,
and Lara Trump says, no, that wasn't mocking him for stuttering, it was mocking him for cognitive decline. I had no idea that Joe Biden has stutter.
Joe Biden, as we all know, has worked to overcome a stutter. And one of the speakers at the Democratic Convention was a young boy who the vice president inspired, named Braden Harrington. Take a listen.
It was really amazing to hear that someone like me became vice president.
Braden Harrington, a very brave young boy. You made this comment earlier in the campaign about Joe Biden. Let's take a listen to that.
Every time he comes on stage or they turn to him, I'm like, Joe, can you get it out? Let's get the words out, Joe. You kind of feel bad for him.
How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
First,
before she answers, and she does a very good job. I'm just going to say this. Joe Biden is cognitively declining. We all can see it, Jake. Okay? It's true. Has nothing to do with the stutter. The guy forgets what fucking city he's in. Okay? He does fucked up shit all the time. He is cognitively declining due to age and poor genetics. Okay? Everybody can see it. The people who are voting for him, the people who are not voting for him. Everybody in the media can see it. I and all of my audience can see it. Chakos Magaski, Macredo Nagi. Chakos Magaski, Macredo Nagi. He forgets who his wife is. I was going to say that.
First and foremost, I had no idea that Joe Biden ever suffered from a stutter. I think what we...
First and foremost, I had no idea that Joe Biden ever suffered from a stutter. Now, let me tell you something. I didn't know that Joe Biden suffered from a stutter until, less than a year ago. Something in the media. They were covering it. Somebody had said something, whatever. And it wasn't her. From what she said, would have been exactly what I would have said about fucking dumbass, cognitively declining Joe Biden. If you had asked me, does Joe Biden seem like he's all there? I would have said, no, the guy's fucking losing his mind. Are you kidding me? The guy is losing his fucking mind. She put it much more elegantly and eloquently than I ever could have. So, again, you're going to have to point out to me where this interview is going horribly wrong.
See on stage with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You are no, I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me
and try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline.
When you're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah, I think.
Did you hear what that motherfucker just said to Laura Trump? I think you're mocking his stutter. Dude, you're asking her questions and she is answering, okay? It's your job to ask her questions. It's her job to answer. And it's your job to go on to the next question. If you don't like the answer that she gave you, you can ask her another question. But it's never your job to tell someone that you think that they are just straight out fucking lying to you in something, in their opinion, and how they feel or what they knew about something and at what point. Hey man, Jake Tapper, how old were you when you found out that Joe Biden had a stutter or had an issue with stuttering? He didn't stutter for 8 years while he was vice president of the United States. So did you know? You fucking hypocrite. You fucking cunt stain motherfucker. You goddamn fucking cunt stain. And I want you to listen to this fucking cunt stain. Okay? Talk to Laura Trump the way he does. Listen to what he says. This is unacceptable.
I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have.
Suggesting was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter. You were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
Was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
An answer.
A cognitive decline.
You're trying to tell me that what.
He's talking over her like Donald Trump talked over Joe Biden during the debate.
I was suggesting was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
And try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive.
Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me
and try and figure out an answer with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that you are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out.
You are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
It
makes me uncomfortable.
You are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline.
You're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You are no. I think it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline.
Sokol. This is CNN. Oh, right. You know it is. Okay, cool. Making sure. Sorry, my bad.
Tell me that what I was suggesting was.
I think that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah, I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline. I would think that somebody.
Is David Pakman ever going to say to you that, number one, Jake Tapper is judging her and calling her a liar to her face and telling her how she feels or what she knew about something and at what time she knew it? When he asked her the question and she said, I didn't know, I was talking about his cognitive decline, it's obvious, I didn't know he had a stutter, and he comes back and says, I think that you're saying that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah, that's what he says. And David Pakman doesn't have a problem with that. David Pakman doesn't have a problem with the fact that he's talking over her and he's not letting her talk. If you're listening to what she's saying, she's just saying, hey man, Joe Biden is showing cognitive decline. And that's all I was talking about. You want to go back when she says, get the words out, Joe, just, get the words out. You would feel bad for you. It's got nothing to do with stuttering. She didn't be like, she didn't say, I can't. She didn't do that shit. Right? She didn't mock his stutter. She said the guy can't get fucking words out. And he can't. He like I said, he doesn't know what fucking state he's in. We've got multiple examples of Joe Biden's cognitive decline. I bet we could find a highlight reel on YouTube of one. I bet we could.
And the Trump family would be more sensitive to people who do not have medical licenses, diagnosing politicians from afar. Plenty of people have diagnosed your father from afar.
Bottom of the hour, no longer going to cannabis, cannabis, test for all. Cheers, every summer sound.
You don't have any standing to say.
Diagnosing him. What I'm saying, Jake, is that we can clearly see that Joe Biden
I have one last question for you, Laura. You can't
times on stage.
Just uncomfortable. As bad of a person as Lara Trump is, it actually makes me a little uncomfortable. I guess I don't have that sociopath gene that so many people have. To watch her implode so badly. Doesn't this campaign have to stop sending her out? Because these
Did she implode? At what point did she implode? You mean the part where Jake Tapper was talking over her the entire time, David? You don't want to mention that? You mean the part where Jake Tapper judged her and told her what her knowledge was and at what time, and that she's a liar? You mean that part? Cunt stain? Huh, cunt stain, Pakman? Huh? Huh, cunt stain? Huh? What else you gotta say, cunt stain?
interviews. This can't be helping, can it? And the real hypocrisy, of course, here is Trump is a mess as far as this type of thing goes. Trump glitches and malfunctions constantly. Yosemite nights, he comes off of Air Force One and can't find his limo, wanders off, has to be brought back by the army, by Secret Service. Says, where is Rudy? Rudy's sitting right in front of him. Ulysses S. Grant. He wants to know the oranges of an investigation. He said people want Donald Trump. Who is she even to be talking about cognitive decline when she's supporting Donald Trump?
Isn't he just doing some whataboutism right there? She's talking about Joe Biden's cognitive decline. He starts talking about Donald Trump's. Hey, I'm not denying that Donald Trump is exhibiting any cognitive decline. All I'm saying it has absolutely nothing to do with this conversation. He's lying to his audience. He's obfuscating. He's hiding the reality of it with his fucking stupid opinion. And he has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He has 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I got choked off at 25,600. Wow. Wow, I can't even broadcast to my channel. He literally sits there and lies to his audience every day. And all I do is tell the truth and tell people how to grow vegetables. And I keep it real on my channel. I can't even broadcast to my main channel right now. Wow.
Just none of it makes any sense. Really, really bad instance for Lara Trump. And again,
none of it makes any sense? Dude, we just had a whole conversation about it. Every single question and answer made sense. Right? None of it made any sense. Let's listen to David Pakman say none of it made any sense. He doesn't understand it. You know why? It's because he's Argentinian and he can't understand English. It's not his first language. So if it's not in Argentinian, he doesn't understand it. He's not grasping it.
Yeah, I think they've got to stop any sense. Hurting Donald Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. Really, really bad instance for Lara Trump. And again, I think they've got to stop sending her out. Any sense. Really, Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. 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 Hurting Donald Trump. Hurting Donald. Talking about cognitive decline when she's supporting Donald Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. She's supporting Donald Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. She's supporting Donald Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. She's supporting Donald Trump. Just none of it makes any sense. Interview that Eric Trump did.
It's like he likes her, and it's like he wants to have sex with her. It's like David Pakman loves her, and he just can't understand why she likes Trump, why she married that guy instead of him.
None of it makes any sense. Really, really bad. None of it makes any sense. Really, really bad. She's supporting Donald Trump. It just, none of it makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. 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 None of it makes any sense. Really, really bad instance for Lara Trump. And again, I think they've got to stop sending her out. But who am I to suggest to them? They think this helps them, then by all means, continue doing it.
I think Lara Trump did a fantastic job. If you were a Trump supporter and you watched that video, okay, you would be like, whoa, Lara Trump did really good, and that guy walked all over her and was a douchebag. And of course, because it's CNN and they're fucking fake news, and Donald Trump is right. If you were on the fence, whether you're gonna vote for Donald Trump or whether you're gonna vote for Joe Biden, you're gonna fucking watch that video and see how much of a difference it made in your opinion about either candidate. The only thing I would walk away with is, wow, the Trump campaign really does have, you know, a steep hill to climb, and with Jake Tapper being rude, not allowing her to speak, and questioning her credibility to her face on national television would lead you to maybe get some sympathy for the Trump campaign. Not for her. She did a great fucking job. But just for the Trump campaign in general. You weren't sure. I don't know if I'm going to go Biden. I don't know if I'm going to go Trump. But, man, look how they're treating the Trumps. Right? Now, if you're a Biden supporter and you watch that, and you're going to vote for Joe Biden and you watch that interview, you know, I've seen most people that are going to vote for Biden disregard the obvious facts that face them so that they can justify their voting for Joe Biden. And that is where we find David Pakman. In complete denial about reality. I'm not saying that the election is pinned on this one thing. I'm saying this is one little thing, and it's a giant volume of David Pakman's exhibited Trump derangement syndrome. He completely cannot see reality for what it really is. And I would love to debate him on that video right there. I've ripped him apart on a bunch of shit. You guys know it. And I'd love to debate him on that video, that interview went horribly wrong for Lara Trump. The way, and for him to not call out Jake Tapper just proves his inability to see reality and relay that in a healthy fashion to his audience, so that they're getting an honest take on what's going on. David Pakman is a fucking liar, and he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a piece of garbage. You should all subscribe to him and let him know I sent you. Fucking idiot. What an idiot. Lara Trump interview goes horribly wrong. Really? And when's it go horribly wrong? When the man walks all over the woman, when he asks her a question and she answers it, and he then decides he doesn't like the answer, so he starts speaking on top of her. That part, did that go horribly wrong for Lara Trump? Or did that make the left look fucking indefensible? If you think Jake Tapper and CNN walking all over Lara Trump, having her on, and then walking all over her and not allowing you to hear what she's saying is indefensible, press number 1. It makes the left look like shit. It's like they want Trump to win, you know? You guys ain't agreeing with me at all tonight, are you? Oh, Doc Holland, thank you. Thank you, buddy. I can't get people to press what Nick Brown, thank you, buddy. Doc Holland, press number 1. Nick Brown, number 1. Who else is gonna hit number 1? Meg Z. Williams, number 1. Who agrees with Nick? Press number 1. I just spent the day, number 1. 420 alert hits number 1. Evan 420 free Julian Assange, number 1. Who else is gonna hit number 1? Come on, folks, number 1. Who's gonna hit number 1 and get the name said out loud? Number 1. Who's gonna press number 1? Said number 1. If I hadn't said your name, press number 1. How many more people can I get to hit number 1? Hit that button, number 1. You know it ain't nothing when you hit number 1. Stephen Colbert's son, number 1. Who else is gonna hit number 1? Wendy, problem is, rapey Uncle Joe is also a devout Catholic, does not believe a woman should have access. He is typical right-wing piece of shit. Wendy, wait, Kiss Roberts. Fucking, I hate them all. Wendy, wait, Kiss Roberts, it's number 1. I hate Joe Biden, number 1. I hate Donald Trump too, number 1. I hate them all. Number 1. Somebody else now should hit. I got a mustache. You guys like that? I got a mustache, and I'm letting all the hairs grow out. Right? And I'm just going to keep letting them all grow, I guess. That's what I'm supposed to do. Not cut it. And just try to get these big things, you know? I think it's going to look really cool, but we'll see. Bubba Carroll hit number 1. Everyone is burnt as fuck. Yeah, I know, but I could usually get a few people to hit number 1, but it's been dropping off lately. I think there's a lot of people that are blocked that watch the show. And I think there's people that don't want me to know that they're watching that won't press number 1. Because, I mean, dude, I just eviscerated David Pakman. I eviscerated Jake Tapper, CNN, the entire left. You know, it's not, I'm not telling you to not vote for or who to vote for or whatever. I'm not. I'm just seeing some shit and calling it as I see it, and you guys can look at that and learn from it and see it and see that David Pakman is a cunt-stained liar. He's a fucking cunt-stained liar. What a fucking piece of shit. What a piece of human water trash. David Pakman. Yeah, I saw a few people were voting giant asteroid on Twitter, Wendy. Comet, giant asteroid. Trevor Simpson on burnt too. I wish I had some hot chocolate. I have some, I should just make it, you know? I showed Graham that. I was pointing at it. And I don't think he realized what I was pointing at. I got up and I picked it up and I showed it to him. And I said, this is what you can do using my techniques. And I couldn't believe how long he sat and listened to me talk about gardening techniques. He let me tell, man, about off-grid living, the 5 things, right? We went over the 5 important things you got to have. Food, water, shelter, security, medicine. There's one other thing I'm forgetting. We came up with a 6th one, guys. Do you remember what it was? remember what it was. Like, he wanted a specific answer. Well, look. I don't know what his agenda was, but I know that it wasn't being cordial and allowing her to speak her truth and being civil about it. If she said, hey, I wasn't making fun of his stutter, I said, get the words out, Joe, get the words out. You know, we're all waiting. Has nothing to do with stuttering. The man has a problem fucking remembering shit. And she wasn't making a stutter, a direct stutter joke, you know? And if it was the thinliest veiled attack on someone's stutter ever. And she's got more class than that. You know, by the way she handled herself in front of fucking Jake Tapper, she seems very classy to me, you know? She's not a Trump by blood, and you can tell. It means something, you know? She went in there and she showed dominance as a woman, right? She should. She is a woman with a high status. She showed her inability to put up with somebody's bullshit, with him talking over her. She didn't yield. She wasn't done speaking, and she continued to speak, and that was fine. I think she needs to dump Eric Trump, come fucking chill with the trendies. Do some fucking bong rips. Fuck those Trumps. She seems like a classy woman. And she seemed like she knew what she was doing. And under the attack of Jake Tapper, who was... I've seen Jake Tapper treat people with respect that he disagreed with. He was being overtly hypercritical, accusatory, rude, obnoxious, domineering, dominating, sexualizing by using his man voice over her woman voice, you know? It's indefensible. It's indefensible, and David Pakman didn't see any of that. We watched the same clip, and he didn't see any of that. What do you guys think about David Pakman? Isn't that crazy? 1 million subscribers on YouTube. David Pakman, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and totally can't tell his audience what's really going on in a video. Can't call CNN out because, oh, they're defending the left, and oh, you know, Trump has never done a single thing that David Pakman could ever agree with, and every single Trump supporter is a Trumpist. Doesn't that sound like racist? Isn't that funny? He calls Trump, instead of saying Trump supporters, is what you are, you're a Trump supporter. And if you are a Trump supporter, that shouldn't offend you when I call you a Trump supporter. But if I call you a Trumpist, you should say, hey, you know what, fuck you, I'm not a Trumpist, I'm a fucking Trump supporter. You know? What are you trying to say, make it sound like I'm a racist? You took Trump supporter and the word racist and you put them together and made Trumpist? Racist? Trumpist? Maoist? What is that? You can't say Trump supporter? I called him out on that one day on his live stream, and he defended it. He said, no, it has nothing to do with racism. He said, blah, blah, blah. That's a legitimate word to refer to Trump supporters or something like that. It's the word you choose to use, like Donald Trump chooses to use the term China virus when he talks about COVID-19. But it's okay if David Pakman does it. Let me tell you something. It's not okay when Donald Trump does it. It's not okay when William Randolph Hearst did it to cannabis. And it's not okay when fucking douchebag cunt-stained David Pakman does it. And you can fucking tell his douchebag ass that I said it. And you can also tell his douchebag ass that I fucking said it in front of Graham Elwood today. That he's a fucking phony. And he can't be honest with his 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Fucking Pakman. Crackman. David Crackman. He's smoking crack. You mean Graham fucked use off to dot 420 Lurch. What Lurch? I was really rooting for the China virus when Trump had it to his dog. Graham was awesome today, Lurch. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, dude? We did an 1.5-hour video with Graham Elwood today. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't blow us off today. You fucking idiot. Pakman is a snot-nosed little brat who's up past his bedtime. I think his mom needs to spank him with a spatula and send him to bed without his milk. Wendy Waitkiss Roberts. I think I love you, Wendy. I think I love you. DP is tubing. David Pakman is tubing his audience at all times, says Nick Brown. Doc, Graham was on point. Yes, he was. That show was amazing. Evan 420. Thank you. Steven, why do you think they based Biff Henderson on Donald Trump? Was his last name Henderson? Biff's last name was Henderson? I didn't know that. Doesn't sound right. Biff. Back to the Future. Thoughts of hope and freedom. Oh yeah, that was a great show with Graham today. I don't know. Was it a thing? Did it happen? Was there a show? Ball never existed. Subscription 62. Your videos. Test for Steph's. Oh, it doesn't look like I was recording to this channel. That sucks. Which channel was I recording to? Wait, I'll just go to YouTube and find it. What am I thinking? It's unreal. Graham Elwood returns to the garden. Subscribe. Oh. Graham Elwood returns to the garden soon. Graham Elwood, where is it? Graham Elwood live in the garden for another discussion. There it is. I found it. Oh, Graham's alive right now. He's fucking live.
Almost live on all. We're on 10 channels right now. Huh. 6 channels are.
Lurch.
Okay, boom. They're slowly coming.
Yeah, let's get mad at that. Don't get mad at the corporations.
Lurch.
Don't get mad at the military-industrial complex. Don't get mad at the media that is just a mouthpiece for the oligarchs. Get mad at the democratic socialists of America. Yeah, let's get. Who else should we get mad at? Librarians, grade school teachers. Oh, I'm sick of them. They've been fucking pulling this country down for too long. Goddamn public school, grade school teachers. Ooh, sick of it. I'm sick of it. Non-for-profits. The Girl Scouts.
420 Lurch, I opened up with your question, you fucking idiot.
There they are. All 16 channels. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I was gonna have Graham Elwood right here. You guys remember what I told you this morning when I said Graham Elwood was coming to the show? I said, yeah, I'll go live at 1 or maybe after. It just depends because sometimes Graham's a little late. But in all honesty, guys, I haven't heard from Graham since
All right, we'll go 6.5 minutes in.
check my audio here.
You're going to have permanent heart damage.
1 second.
That makes.
I have to run an audio file really fast. Of course, I keep finding one.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, here we go.
10. Okay, let's go 11. 11.
How about a Ron Placone video?
11. 12. 12:45.
Output the. Where is that at? Where are those settings at?
There he is. 14:10. Here we are at 14:10.
Losing my. Shit over it every time, but it's just because it's just a part of doing business this way. It's
Right.
just like, oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got Graham's live on.
So we're here. We figured it out.
We are.
I have to kill his live so I can run.
But I've got,
To kill everything.
one of the guys and I. Are you still there, audio wise?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool, cool. You're coming through my TV speakers, which is okay. It's happened before, but it's okay.
I'm so freaking out. It's so funny.
We can hear you, and that's beautiful, and I'm not going to stress over it. My friend Billy Ballantyne, he's somebody that I interviewed on the channel a while back. He's on NavesGarden.com along with your interview.
I gotta put this interview up on NavesGarden.com now. Dude, why is it doing this? I turned off everything.
This is something that I got from him, and
this is,
anytime I have to do anything where...
Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Share, let me share. Oh, I've got a Twitter page open.
The technology is concerned, and you could get like a bug in the system.
Hey.
I play with this. It's a little troll in here, and you just play with the troll, and you satisfy the troll by playing the...
He responded to my my message on Twitter. Graham did. That's fantastic. Okay,
game you play. It's called I'm
gonna just pause it and see if it starts loading. I can refresh it. It's at 15:14. I'm just gonna refresh it and see if that fixes it.
I got...
Huh. I guess I'm getting that bullshit from my internet provider.
Anytime I have to do anything where technology is concerned, and you could get like a bug in the system, I play with this. It's a little troll in here, and you just play with the troll, and you satisfy the troll by playing the game. You play. It's called...
That's where it fucking locked up last time, isn't it? I wonder if I went to
it's called Switch. You play Switch, so you hit the switch, and as long as you satisfy the troll, your technical difficulties aren't supposed to happen. So when I was waiting for you...
I can't believe I told him this whole fucking story about the troll, dude. Where the fuck is Billy at?
To connect, I was hitting that, everything was fine. I was like, I'm not...
Dude, it's a 2-hour video. Come on, load, motherfucker. Load, bitch. I'm just gonna sit here and watch that little status bar and wait for it to fucking load. Wow.
I'm not gonna have any technical difficulties. I was clicking it, but it wasn't a technical difficulty. It was a nay difficulty. It was... I'm my own worst enemy. I'm horrible.
I think some of it though is, and to be fair, this is how I try to go easy on myself. And I'm like, oh, I should have remembered this and forgot that. It's just like,
it's 144.
I'm just one dude.
Dude, it's on 144. Come on, fuck this shit. Are you kidding me?
In my apartment.
It's barely starting to load.
And trying to like get through this. Like, I'm not in a studio with a bunch of tech people, you know, handling it. That would be nice if I could just show.
It would be nice. It's trying to keep up. Here, let's see if it works. Let's see if we can do this. Oops, that's not right. Let's see if this works for us.
Go up and just you know, be the talent or whatever.
Exactly.
You got to do every. You know, when we run our own shows, you got to wear 15 hats and, you know, figure this out, and you know, it's the game we're in, I guess.
Right. So I've got a great opener for you.
Like, okay.
Okay. This was, you know, how important the audience. This is a segue. This is a great segue. You made it known to me through your movie, Earbuds, how important the audience really is in when you're podcasting. You know, it's amazing. It is all about the audience. And earlier today, you know, I was talking about, yeah, we're gonna have a discussion with Graham today on the show. We're going to discuss gardening and climate change and a few other topics. And one of my audience members goes, "Hey man, you gonna talk about tubing?" And I go, "Hey bro."
Hey bro, I'm gonna pause it and let it catch up on what happened. You fucking piece of shit. What happened, man? I would to hit pause. Dude, are you kidding me?
And earlier today, you know, I was talking.
Wow, 144 and it's not even loading at all. 144, guys. It's like no bandwidth whatsoever. This is my internet service provider being douchebags, and I would like to choke them out.
Talking about, yeah, we're gonna have.
Like, I can't just watch a little video.
We're gonna have a discussion with Graham today on the.
I'm pausing it right now just to see if it'll load a little bit.
Show. We're going to discuss gardening and climate change and a few other topics. And one of my audience members goes, "Hey man, you gonna talk about tubing?" And I go, "Hey bro," I'm like, "We're much higher brow than that." I said, "There's no need to discuss Jeffrey Toobin masturbating accidentally in a Zoom chat." And I was shaming the heck out of him, bro, all my life. I just.
Dude, this is great. It's the way we open the goddamn fucking discussion up. And douchebag wasn't even there to fucking enjoy it while it was going on because he was too busy on his fucking psychedelic drugs being a fucking loser. God, Lurch. Fucking loser Lurch. I'm gonna call you 420 loser. Good night, Trevor. Translate. In a box like that, love it. The interview with Graham was really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah? Is that it? You got nothing else?
Shamed him. I was like, "We're not here to do it." And then I was walking around today, you know, doing my stuff and getting ready for the show, and I was like, "We totally have to talk about that." Who am I kidding? Could you imagine, bro?
Yeah, so what is it? Some executive didn't realize his camera was on or something?
Some executive. I love that Graham Elwood didn't know who Jeffrey Toobin was, man. Oh, I got such a kick out of that. Because I've been watching Toobin on CNN for years. And I was shocked that he didn't realize who Jeffrey Toobin was.
Bro, you don't know who Jeffrey Toobin is? Oh, I'm so shocked right now. He's the legal expert from CNN, bro. I
think I read something about this, and he was whacking off during his interview.
He was whacking off!
Yeah, he got triggered. Men get triggered. You know, sometimes you gotta polish the singer. Sometimes you gotta bust one out. Sometimes you gotta, you know, tame the beast. Sometimes you gotta, you know, pop a load. You know, sometimes you gotta let the love flow. You know what I mean? It's a man thing. Sometimes you gotta do it. It's human for men to, you know, to do a little tubing every once in a while.
It's human for men to do a little tubing.
You gotta just put, there's a time and a place though, you know what I mean? You can't just be like, "Wow, hey man, sorry, I was at this restaurant and I just..."
Let me tell you, I've got a really good remember something about Mary?
Yeah.
Remember how he got ready for his date? And he pulled one out.
He pulled one out. I'm trying to come up with a different way to say it every time. I came up with a different way to say it every time we talked about it.
He buffed one out before the date, right? Because he wanted to be relaxed. And he didn't want to, he didn't want to be sitting on full load.
Sitting on full load? He didn't want to be sitting on a full load. This is great because it gives me time to laugh in between these. Oh my god, I'm going to pause it. That's good. You don't want to be sitting on a full load? Who even talks like that? Nobody, pal. No one even talks like that anymore. What are you even saying? No one even says stuff like that, pal. Unbelievable.
I understand where he was coming from. He was very excited to go on a date with this woman, and he didn't want to show it. So, the load ended up in his hair. And he went on the date with semen hair, which was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen in my entire life. It made that movie a classic. That one scene.
Right.
Yeah, that was the scene, man. The fucking cum hair is fucking, and she grabs it.
So certainly,
and puts it in her hair.
Natured humor, that we got from that. We can certainly forgive Jeffrey Toobin, right, for polishing one off.
She goes, "Oh, hair gel. You got a little extra here," and she puts it in her hair, and her hair's all fucked up. Look at. Oh, dude.
During a Zoom chat that he thought his camera was off.
This is just so fun to just fuck with Graham over this because this is not planned, didn't plan on talking about this at all, but he's a comedian, so why not have some fun, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had that inclination during a Zoom chat.
No, me neither. But bro,
who am I to judge?
I'm no one to judge either. But all I'm gonna say is this: I've got a story to tell you.
Oh, the Jeffrey story. What a great story. That's a great story. And you only have to go into the very first part of that story for it to be funny. Here, let's see if this will load for us. Look at Graham. He's like, what's he going to tell me?
It's a fantastic story. My engineer from my old recording studio told me that one day he was in his car jerking off. And I'm like, whoa, wait. You cannot start a story off with, I was in my car jerking off, bro. That is the craziest way to fucking start a story off.
You're in your car jerking off. Who does that? Who jerks off in their fucking car, man? What are you doing? What are you doing in your car, Jeff? Dude, I don't ever want to go for a ride with you in your car ever again, man. It's your thing, man. It's your thing, man. Oh my god.
Anyway, he says, ended up in the headliner, and he was looking for it, and he couldn't find it. And I was like, so you lived something about Mary basically before the movie came out, because this was years ago, and he was like, yep. He's like, it happened to me, bro. He's like, I'm like, that is the craziest whacking off story I've ever heard in my entire life. That really, Jeffrey Toobin takes the cake, though. And my friend, his name's Jeffrey too, and I'm just trying to figure out, what is it about guys named Jeffrey and whacking off? Is there, guys, anybody from the chat? No?
No, nobody. No. What is about this guy's named Jeffrey? You guys like to jerk it, don't you? Jerking Jeffries. You guys are crazy, man. Watch them Jeffries out there, guys.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting discussion.
I was just wondering.
Well, I think I don't know. It might blow some holes in the theory that CNN's fake news, because that was pretty real. So, I don't know.
That's as real as it gets. Oh, this fucking circle of bullshit. The circle of cycles of bullshit. I refreshed this page already, too. Psst. Unreal. Nobody refreshes the page anymore, pal. You better just pause it again. Just pause it. And now play again, and then pause it again. Hey, why don't they load more data? What's wrong with them? Load more data, you fucking bastards. Load more data, you fucking bastards. Why do you stop? I don't have a fast enough internet connection. Give me more data, you fucking douchebags.
You know, that guy's never gonna live that down, which is kind of like...
We have a lot to say about this subject.
He's gonna persevere. I don't think CNN's gonna fire him.
Well, I mean, it's not like what he did wasn't worse than when Donna Brazile gave Hillary Clinton questions before debate. That's cheating. So,
dude, Graham Elwood goes the fuck off right here. Out of the blue, he just fucking checked the shit out.
So he wasn't cheating anybody. He just
he was doing
maybe just weirded some people out.
He was doing what comes naturally at the wrong place and the wrong time. And what I told my audience this morning was, at first it's a little shocking when you hear the story, and then you have to realize that the guy thought his camera was off, and he was probably excited about something. Maybe there was a hot chick in the Zoom, triggered him or whatever, and he just decided to do that. Hey man, let me tell you, just so you can feel better about the conversation we're having right now, Graham, this is something that I would never feel the urge personally to do. I mean, it's...
Just so you know, I'm not fucking rubbing one out right now as we're having this conversation.
Just I have more self...
Dude, the title from this morning show, I have very little self-control and no class.
Control than that. What's funny is the title from this morning's podcast,
Load, you fucking piece of shit. God, I hate you, YouTube. You suck my dick. YouTube sucks my dick. My fucking, my goddamn internet service provider sucks my dick.
Was I have no self-control and very little class. I said, but you be the judge. Come watch my podcast.
Right.
You like that?
Well, I've never done that. I've never had an inclination to do it. But I mean, I've definitely been on a Zoom call and, I'm walking around changing my clothes, I'm going to the bathroom or whatever, and I think the camera's off, and I'm always like, God, if the camera ended up being on by mistake, or even just the microphone, that would be really embarrassing. So, I mean, I think everybody...
God bless America. Dude, this ruins my experience. YouTube and my internet service provider suck my dick collectively, and they don't even know how to do it right. These fucking douchebags.
In this COVID era can identify with at least being on some Zoom call where they were like getting out of the shower naked or something.
Man, you guys, I'm so sorry. I want to watch this with you all. I want to, but YouTube sucks my dick. YouTube really sucks my dick. It's 22:45 in. Maybe I should try Facebook instead. $22.45 in. Facebook. Let's try Facebook. Maybe they'll give me fucking more data, than 1 second worth of data at a time. Fucking pieces of shit. Suck my dick. The internet used to be better when they optimized for poorer connections, They actually did that back then. How Or did I say son of a bitch? How many minutes in? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, like Flint. Like, yeah, from Arrow Flint. Yeah. Well, what else do we want to talk about?
Okay, well,
this is real stuff.
How about if I told you I grew this in my garden this past season, this growth season right now. So that's a 6.5 pound zucchini. And I put it on my shelf just to display, basically to everyone, what my grow techniques do.
That's gonna do the same thing here. It's sucking
Here,
my
what
dick.
I'm doing and how
I'm so sorry.
How I'm doing this, and how easy and silly it is. You'll wonder why more people aren't doing this. People with access to a little bit of land and full sunshine. And we're gonna get into that after I put my pillow
Yeah, let's get into it, because I'm super curious, and I mean, I talk about it on my show, people should start growing their own food, and truth be told, I haven't started doing it yet, because I've lived in an apartment type situation for probably 17, 18 years. I mean, I haven't had access to like a plot of land in probably since 2003. So, and I know though there's people out there, they're urban growing, they're doing permaculture and all these things that I'm really intrigued by. Because also, you know, as I talk to my audience, like I'm learning more about crypto, and I'm trying to educate, as I'm educating myself, I'm trying to educate my audience on the looming collapse that's coming financially, and also what will come with that financial collapse is who knows what else, supply lines. I mean, we already saw stores with empty products on the shelves when the pandemic first hit, and all this other stuff. And so when an economic collapse hits, there's a whole house of cards that goes down. And so anything that can make people more, I mean, I'm all about like, how can we all just unplug from this corrupt capitalist system in whatever means possible? So like growing your own food to me seems like part of that.
It's all of it. Growing your own food is all of it. And food storage, I mean, rice is the thing, man. You just get yourself a couple of 50-pound bags of rice and store them in plastic bins, just like this one, in a cool closet, just out of light, and away from, you know, where mice or anything can get to it. And you've got food for months and months. Just rice. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It lasts longer than any other food. So that's the one food to really think about storing up. You know, just you start with like a little 5-pound bucket of rice. And, you know, you'll realize if you're ever hungry, and just a thing of rice is so easy to make. It takes, you know, as long as it takes to boil the water, basically. So that's a good one. And then growing your own vegetables in your home, it's so obtainable and it's so easy, and there's really nothing to it. You can do it on, you know, with a 400-watt light inside the house. And a 400-watt light is really not that big of a deal. You can get a high-pressure sodium light or a metal halide light that has its own ballast and its own little cooling fan and everything. And they don't even make a lot of heat. The lower the wattage, the lower the heat. But the lower the yield. I mean, I've got...
That's boring. I don't want to listen to that. You guys should watch that interview if you missed it. I just realized that's an hour and a half. I gotta go, man. Thanks so much for watching. Everybody who doesn't want to watch me play my guitar should leave right now. You guys didn't leave, huh? It's good. It's nice. Nice crowd. It's a nice crowd. that it's over. Has your love finally reached the end? Anytime you call, not a day, I'll be right here for you. When you need a friend, yeah. It's gonna take a little time. So don't you even worry, dear darling. I know where there's love that's real. Well, love is all around you. Yeah, love is knocking outside your door, waiting for you. Is this love made just for two? Keep it on the road and you'll find love again. I know love is all around you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is knocking outside your door. Love is waiting for you. Is this love made just for two? Keep it on the road and you'll find love again. I know. Love will find a way. Driving this love is gonna find a way. Find its way on back to you. Love will find a way. Look around, open your heart, girl. Love is gonna find a way. Love is coming. Love is gonna find a way. Love will find a way. Love is gonna find its way back to you, girl. I know. I know. I know. I know.
nothing in my life stay true. Pimp my boys, knock these beats straight to the Lord. Mississippi streets, hey, hey. Cadillacs on 22s. I ain't done nothing in my life but stay true. Pimp my boys and knock these beats straight to the Lord for these Mississippi streets, hey, hey. Cadillacs on 22s. Done nothing in my life but stay true. Pimp my boys, Mac these beats, pray to the Lord for this Mississippi street. Hey, hey, Cadillacs on 22s. I ain't done nothing in my life but stay true. Pimp my boys, and Mac these beats, pray to the Lord for these Mississippi streets. Hey, hey.
You know what, 420 loser? I forgot I was going to call you that, but you reminded me. Thank you. You're kind of reinforcing it in my mind now. 420 loser. That's a Beatles song. What song is that by the Beatles? It's not a really popular Beatles song, but it's an obscure one. That's a Beatles song, man. I wish I knew the title to it. They got so many songs. Da-da. No, I love you 'cause you know. Nobody knows this Beatles song now. I'm not playing it right. I don't know exactly how it goes. Because it's not about You know who would know what song that is? Rick Beato would know what Beatles song that is. I am because I love you know you are my love to make you mine. Cause I got a mustache. Hey, Mary. Bum, bum, bum. Because I love you so. It's like that. I love to see you because I love you so. Love you. Nobody knows what Beatles song that is, huh? I just made up a song, huh? It's a Beatles song. Somebody needs to know it. Somebody needs to let me know, okay? Figure out what song that is and let me know. You guys check out my friend Ron Placone. Check out my friend Graham Elwood. Check out my friend Lee Camp. Alright? Check out all their shows. I love those guys. They're great. But Ronnie Placone especially. RonPlacone.com. LucyandRon.com. Check out Ron's YouTube channel at Ron Placone. He's also on Facebook. He's on Instagram, and he's on Twitter at Ron Placone. But when you're on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe and you hit that notifications, and then you click all, and you go over there to the YouTube and do it for me too. Hey, go over to the YouTube and do it for me too. Hey, look at this Nays Garden. Find Nays Garden over there. That's what we're gonna do. Look at this. That's how we're gonna do it. Hey, look at this. What are you guys looking at over there? I don't even know. I don't even know what we're doing. I'm a mess. I'm a freaking mess. Look at me. Just look at this. Bye, guys.